Hello and happy Magical Monday. This is a big energetic week and I wanted to just do something a little different. So I'm outside, I'm on my personal page. So those of you who usually watch on Soul Circle, I'll be back on Soul Circle starting next week, but I just wanted to do something a little different. It's spring break in Florida. It's a beautiful day and the energy is a little bit off, a little bit different, a little bit more review. We are in what I call the liminal in-between. We are smack between the big, huge lunar eclipse and we're coming up on a solar eclipse. And it's a super moon, so it's a super new moon solar eclipse, and it's in Aries. And Aries is such an interesting and unique thing because it's essentially the astrological new year. That happened with the 20th when we came into the spring equinox. We moved into Aries season. So this is the first new moon in Aries and it's at 0 degrees of Aries. So it's really the ultimate new beginning. And I think a lot of people are feeling that. So what are you feeling? Because I've heard all the way over here, people who can't sleep, to the other side where people who are sleeping 14, 15 hours a day. So you might feel exhausted, you might feel run down, all the way to you might feel excited and energized. And there's no wrong answer. It's just in between eclipses, and it's the spring equinox, and it's new beginnings and fresh starts. And literally we've been doing so much cosmic clearing for weeks, years, even months. And when we look at something like this, it's big. March 2025 is something that astrologers have been talking about for as long as I've been listening to astrology, especially the first time I really understood that this was a big change point was back in 2017 and 18. I can give Jason, the astrologer, credit for really talking about how important this time frame was and having him make my beautiful brain understand it. So I've kind of been preparing for it. And what I want to say about this is we have not one, but two inner emotional planets. We have Mercury in retrograde in Aries, and we have Venus in retrograde in Aries. So be careful who you're talking to and how you're talking to them. I know that arguments can happen without even meaning to. Like, we've been really careful and we know what's going on, and it's still easy to get a little agitated at somebody you love, or listening and talking to somebody and knowing that this is just your inner rage, and it's not because you're actually mad at this person. So be really very gentle with yourself and throw around apologies left and right. Be really clear on letting yourself give apologies. And if you're surprised because you've heard from someone you haven't talked to in a really long time, that's normal. Right now we're looking at cleaning up relationships and cleaning up situations that are from our past. And it's interesting because I just heard another astrologer talking about if your relationship does not come back at this time, if you've been waiting to get back into relationships, something about the relationship isn't quite right, and you've been out of touch, if that person doesn't come back by this April 12th when Venus goes out of retrograde and this passion of review is over, then that relationship probably is time to be fully let go. However, if there is a relationship that you are trying to work on, be extra clear in trying to build that relationship. Be nicer to each other, review what you want from each other. So it's a great time to sit down and lovingly communicate your needs to somebody. And that can be any kind of relationship, whether that's dating, work, whatever. It's a perfect time to ask for your needs to be met. But because Mercury's in retrograde, make sure that you're being nice about it. Make sure that you're being clear on what you're asking, and be very loving and gentle. So if you're in a mood, put yourself to bed. And I did that. There was Saturday, I felt like I was in a mood. And so after everything was taken care of, instead of continuing to talk, I put myself to bed and went to bed early. And I think I was fast asleep by 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. It happens sometimes. And so this is that time. Now, next Saturday night, this one coming up, I will be running a oil temple at the ashram at the Center Street on Saturday night. There's only a couple spots left. So this new moon is happening early in the morning on Saturday. So Saturday is your big day, ladies and gentlemen. We finally have the new moon. We will be in the eclipse. So a new moon eclipse in Aries, 0 degrees of Aries. So it is your true new beginning. And so this is your day. You're gonna light your candles. You're gonna do your magic. You're gonna plan for years in advance. Like, this is where you put your vision board, your dreaming, anything that is going to be time for you to analyze and set into motion. This is that time. This is that time for dreaming big, starting to plan things for way off into the future. It's not necessarily even about taking action on it, but as much as deciding, because the magician's tool is choice. Once you make the decision you're going to do something, you activate it. So it's a day for activation. And even Sunday, so Saturday, Sunday, even into Monday, feeling that first 3 days of the new moon, going into the first sign of Aries. So you're moving forward, you're moving the energy, and you're creating and connecting. And if you need to do any more letting go, and I know we've been letting go for weeks, years, months, but if there is anything you symbolically want to let go, we're in Aries season now. Now the sun is in Aries. So it's a good time to have a fire. It's a good time to release things. You can actually burn it in the fire pit, or in your fireplace, or light a candle. And because it is the new moon in Aries, candle magic is one of your friends. We just had a workshop on how to make your own candles, but you can buy candles. I love Coventry candles, but any candle that you're wanting to make a wish upon. The ultimate magic, right? Because we've been using candles for magic ever since birthday cakes were created. So don't let anybody tell you magic doesn't work, because we've been wishing on candles on birthday cakes for as long as I've been alive. So I don't know when that particular tradition started, but it's essentially a rebirth day. So think about creating a candle and setting your intentions and putting some action steps into place Saturday, Sunday, Monday, going into the next week. Now, Mercury is still going to be in retrograde, and it's going to be changing signs. So it's going to move from fiery Aries into watery Pisces. So both Mercury and Venus are currently in Aries. And so on that eclipse day, we will have these two signs still in Aries. So you're seeing a lot of Aries fiery energy. Then next week on the 27th and 28th, we will have this switch where these retrograded planets will move backwards into Pisces. And this will be a little more of getting your emotions. So right now Mars rules Aries, and so that's action, it's drive, it's fire, it's tempers, but it's action. And that's what really I love about this new moon, is it's about putting things in place and taking action on it. We get past the new moon into the 27th and 29th, and you're going to see it more about thinking about it, dreaming about it, feeling it, emoting it. So through this weekend, a lot of fire. Next week, we will start into that more review process that water brings. And we can look forward to the 7th when Mercury goes out of retrograde, and the 12th of April when Venus goes out of retrograde. We're all looking forward to having all those planets back in forward motion. But in the meantime, this is the perfect time for reviewing your relationships, the perfect time for reviewing the way you communicate, reviewing the way you have, say, the relationship with your body, the relationship with your vehicles, the relationship with everyone around you. And as we look at that, I invite you to review, have you been dreaming about going to Egypt? Because I realize that it's just a few months away. I have an incredible trip to Egypt, down the Nile, into the pyramid, into the Sphinx. I know there's been a lot of talk about what's going on underneath them. And so we're going to be going on this incredible journey. So I invite you to come with me and Marissa, and we're going to be taking this initiatory trip down the Nile to Egypt, and we'll be celebrating that fall equinox and the next set of eclipses together in Egypt. And why is this particular trip going to be so good? Well, you know, as an astrologer, I'm always looking at these things, and there's another set of eclipses, and we will be at the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx on the fall equinox at the same time as the next big eclipse. So potent, so powerful, so amazing. So if you want to talk to me about it, you want me to send you the itinerary, please sign up. This is a lifetime changing dream trip. I've put everything I have ever wanted in a trip into this trip. And we're going with my dear friends Noha and Hatem, and it's going to be just brilliant. And because that wasn't enough, if maybe you've already gone to Egypt, but you have not been to Jordan and Petra, directly following, I'm taking another trip. So people who are on that trip can go on to the extension to Jordan. Or if you're like, I just want to go to Jordan and Petra, and I just want to see the pyramid and the great Sphinx and go to Petra, I have a different trip which includes a little bit of Cairo just for a couple of days, and then goes on to Petra and Jordan and the Dead Sea. So I've got these amazing trips, and I'd love to tell you about them. I'd love to share them with you. So if this is something that's been on your dream board as you're going into this new moon solar eclipse, and you've been dreaming of these ancient places that activate your past lives, activate your future self, activate your codes of your spirituality, or if you're just a historian or you just want to travel a magical tour into amazing places, let me be your guide. Let me take you to my favorite places, show you my favorite things, and have a magical experience. It's really, really incredible. And if you've never been, please, please think about this as your time to come. So I'm lighting my candle to ignite your way, because fire is an ignition, and Aries is all about setting your dreams to come true. So I'm inviting you to ignite your wish fulfilled to come to beautiful, gorgeous Egypt or amazing Jordan, or maybe both, with me, and to share this experience with me. So if this is your invitation, if you've been waiting for a sign, there's no better time than right now. That's what I've got to say about that. Is now is the time, and the time is now. And it doesn't matter if that isn't your dream, or if you have other dreams, this is the time to make it come true. This is the time to lean into your dreams, your desires, your true heart's desire. And yes, I am talking to you. Come with me and share this journey. Or if this isn't what you're looking for, now is the time for your manifestation to come true. So put that into play. That's what this solar eclipse is doing. It's a powerful weekend, but also remember, if you're feeling tired, the Schumann resonance is off the charts. There's eclipses, and anytime you have this much energy, you might feel tired. And so take as much rest as you need. But also, all of this energy is activating, and it's activating you to live your dream life. That is what when I look at this astrology, changes in the air, we are in no better time than now to take your life into your own hands. Take yourself into your dreams. And this isn't, it isn't a wishing for it to come true anymore. It is a making your dreams come true kind of energy. So what is it? What's your first action step? What is your vision? Get clarity, get truth. And over the month of April, I'm going to be asking you to start taking action and start moving yourself into this reality. And so right now, as we're finishing up March, it's review, let go of any last piece before Saturday, and start Saturday and move forward fearlessly into the life and into your choices. Whatever it is that you have been waiting for, whatever you've been putting on your manifestation board or thinking about, there is no other time than right now. It is absolutely time for you to take action, to take the vision, to take the momentum. In fact, my card this morning, I was pulling from a new deck. Felicia, I did a video for Felicia recently, and she had this beautiful new book, and it came with a gorgeous card deck, and my card for today was motivation. And I'm gonna say, whatever it is you need to motivate yourself on, give yourself till Saturday, but starting Saturday, start Saturday, Sunday, Monday, take and do the thing you've been putting off. Just steps, maybe 15 minutes a day. Someone asked me today about getting something started, and I said, it's interesting because the thing I've wanted to do, I've just been taking little action steps, 15 minutes a day for about a year and a half now, and it's almost done, right? So what is the one little step you can take toward the big picture? And if you just give it 15 minutes, give it half an hour, give it momentum, it will grow, and you'll look back and it'll have suddenly become a habit. So this 15 minutes of organization that I started in the beginning of January 2024 has my house completely different. The summer of 2024, I started a new regime about my health, and all of a sudden I'm craving healthy foods. I've released a certain amount of weight, and I have more to go, and it feels good, and I'm on the path, and I'm already partway there. So whatever it is, you can't get there without starting. So this is your invitation. Aries full moon or new moon is one of the best times of the year to start. And in this case, it's an Aries supermoon. That means it's closest to the earth, a new moon, and a solar eclipse. So there's no better time to start something than this week, this Saturday, with whatever that is. Because we just had a Virgo eclipse, as part of this series, and we will continue to have Virgo eclipses for the next 2 years. This is the time also to think about things about organization, things about motivation, things that have to do maybe with your health, things that have to do with your home, things that have to do with your business and getting it going. So it's the perfect time, and I can't say it more, but I will say it one more time. Now is the time. Saturday, Sunday, Monday is going to be the best time to put your dreams, write them down. So what are my steps for manifestation? Write it down. Spell casting, spell it, write it. You can then speak it into being. Abracadabra, speak it into being. Say it. By the law of witness, say it to another person, and then there's a witnessing aspect going on. So you're saying it out loud, so you're making a commitment first to yourself, and then you're saying it to another person, so you're witnessed. Now, be careful on that. You don't want to say it to everybody. You're saying to someone who understands and someone who will hold that vision for you. You don't need to tell everyone that might not understand it. Just find one person to share your dream manifestation with and share it, and let yourself be witness. That's the law of witness. Then after saying, so you say it, you speak it, that's where a vision board or something that creates a vision. So you're visioning it, you're meditating on it, you're imagining it in your mind's eye. This brings all of it to your reticular activating system, the front of your mind, and it becomes part of your awareness. You're now looking for it. You are now expecting it. That's the law of expectation. So if you keep it on the front of your mind, this is why a vision board or a written affirmation posted on a post-it note in your bathroom or as a sign on your wall means so much, because you're reminding yourself over and over, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm expecting. And if you say it as it is already done, say it as a gratitude, because the law of gratitude is also at play here when you say it. I'm so grateful and thankful that this is already in my life now, and state it as if it is already done. So if you were, say, trying to go to Egypt, I'm so grateful and thankful that I'm going to Egypt with Michelle in September. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. Show me the way. And then the way will open up. And if that is your manifestation, send me a private message. We'll hop on a phone call. We'll go over the itinerary, and that will be your next step. So whatever it is that you're doing, say it, speak it, be witnessed, and imagine it. Be in the gratitude of saying it as it's already done, and then imagine it. Visualize yourself, whatever it is you're doing. I'm just using Egypt as a great example. Imagine yourselves walking through the temples, touching the walls, going down the Nile and feeling the water, spending time in community and ritual and meditation in one of the most ancient and activating places on this earth. And just have it be already done for you in your mind. And then the door opens. The way to make it happen happens. I've had people come into a little bit of money. I've had people find a tax return. All kinds of ways people have been like, I don't think I can go. And then all of a sudden they're calling me up and they're like, we're going to go to Egypt. So I'm just using that as an example. You can use anything. Same steps apply. Speak it, write it, visualize it, create a visual record, or even a candle. If you're lighting a candle, that's reaffirming with the candle. So whatever it is, you're just making and anchoring it to the point where you're certain it's going to happen, because the number one thing that stops us from our manifestations is doubt, right? I don't know how that's going to happen. So this is why I hate the word I wish. Now, if you wish for something and you believe that wish is going to come true, that's one thing. But if you say to me, I hope, or I wish, you have already told me you don't believe it's possible. So I want you to wish as a gratitude, I expect this, I create this, I choose this, because a magician's tool is choice. So when you choose your manifestation, whether that's a new job, a new home, your next most aligned, compatible soulmate, whatever it is you're choosing, your vacation, your new car, I don't care. These are the steps. You're going to be in the gratitude and the knowing that it's already on its way and it's already yours. And so that's what this Aries eclipse is all about. The biggest manifestation, the clarity of it, and the way for it to be made possible coming alive. So one of the most potent, powerful days of the entire year is this Saturday. It's one we talk about. It's 0 degrees of Aries, a solar new moon eclipse. And it's super early in the morning. So this means that it is available for you to utilize the magical energy all day Saturday, all day Sunday, all day Monday. And so just remember to be nice to everybody because Venus is in retrograde. Remember to not stress out because Mercury is in retrograde too. I had problems with my cell phone. I had a little thing with my car. So don't lose your temper because all of this is happening in a sign that is ruled by Mars. So we don't want to get mad. We don't want to overreact. We want to come back to ourselves, be nice. Venus is the goddess of love, right? So we want to be in the love energy, the compassion energy. Be nice to yourself, be nice to your friends, be nice to your family, and be nice to strangers. So much so that I'm even doing a compassion circle at the Urban Ashram tomorrow. So if you are like, I don't know how to be nice, or I really want to be nice, or I really feel like I need to do something to connect with the law of compassion, and you happen to be in Orlando, Florida, then come on down to the Urban Ashram and we will share the love. But wherever you are, I love you. Wherever you are, I believe in you. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, remember, let go and connect to your deepest desire and dream from a place of gratitude, and everything will be made manifest. I'm Magical Michelle. I'll see you again next week, and thank you for listening to the Living Magically podcast.